All right. So, this is Titans Season 4, Episode 3 review. So, this episode basically picks up where the last one ended off. And we see the Titans carrying Rachel into their RV and making sure she's okay. And she's assuring them that she's okay. They're giving her something to drink. But then she mentions that she feels empty. And, well, duh. I mean, Mother Mayhem took her power, which included Trigon, because the jewel on her forehead is gone. And, she assures everyone that she's going to be fine, and she's talking about how great it feels to be normal after everyone left, talking to Gar about how she can actually smell things without having all these voices in her head, and how much she loves it. And then Gar starts hearing voices. And so she follows him. And, he is telling her what the voices are saying. And, they call him Skinwalker, which, according to him, the Navajo referred to shapeshifters as skinwalkers, and basically because he can turn into animals. Okay, fine. So she doesn't see what he sees, but when he grabs her hand, then she can. Now, to our knowledge, she does not have her powers, unless they're going to do something like what they did with Corey, which is Commander took her power back, which Corey always thought was hers, but she has her own power. It's just different. So maybe it's just that she was drained and Rachel's magic will come back. Because she did have magic before Trigon. Before they imprisoned Trigon. She had her own power. So maybe it's just that she needs to recharge her batteries and the magic will come back. Just maybe not to the extent it was before, because she also was tapping into Trigon's power. But anyway, so she immediately decided as they're walking through the woods that walking through the creepy woods as a normal, not so great. She wishes she had her power right now. So, but they're walking and they come to a barren tree with what looks like fish skeletons, actually. And apparently those are the things that are talking to him. And Gar says that when the blood moon has reached its fullest, that the earth will fall. Okay, that's not ominous at all. Now, back to the rest of the episode. So, while this is going on with Rachel and Gar, Dick and Corey are searching for Jinx. Of course, Jinx, they know where Jinx is. Well, Dick knows where Jinx is. She's in prison, and he goes to ask her for her help. And he asks the guards if she's been in solitary confinement, and he said yes, the entire time she's been there. So you see that she's trying to take off her shoe. And Dick, of course, sees that, and while he's saying, don't let her touch the ground, she goes poof in a tornado. So that didn't take long. I don't know if the whole purpose of keeping her in solitary was so she couldn't do that. Wouldn't it make more sense for Dick and Corey to meet her in solitary so she doesn't have a chance to do what she just did? But Dick knows exactly where she's going. And so they follow her, and Dick is able to take the box away from her before she can get to it. And Corey opens the box, and there's a heart in it. And she closes the box and immediately turns to stone. So Dick asks Jinx what to do. She's like, well, this isn't my spell, so we'll have to go to the person whose spell it is. And that she's a dark elf. So Dick is cracking jokes about elves and Santa. I honestly thought he was going to go the Keebler elf route, because elves are, in popular culture, tiny things, not Lord of the Rings elves. But still, he did mention Santa, so those are supposed to be little elves. But Jinx did point out that it's more Lord of the Rings, because these are dark elves. They're giants in Lord of the Rings. So they go to this club, and of course Dick has his eye on Jinx because he knows her. He knows her very well. He knows her tricks, because apparently they were a thing. Is it possible that we could meet up with a woman that Dick knows just who to call, that he didn't actually sleep with before? I think the only one we had was Donna. And in the first season, well, second season of the show, I think, when we first met her, it was implied there was something more going on than just friendship. So even with her, it's not entirely clear whether he slept with her or not. But so it would be awesome if he could introduce someone who happens to be female, who he didn't sleep with. That would be awesome. But so they go, and Dick is holding on to the box, and he shows it to the bartender, because the bartender was just, just brushing Dick off because he's a human. Which, what the hell is Jinx then? Makes you wonder if she's an elf as well, because what? But anyway, so he gets a meeting with this dark elf. I'm surprised he didn't send both Dick and Jinx. But so he goes, he says what Jinx basically told him, which is, I hear this is your spell, this turned my friend to stone, you release the spell and I will give you this. And instead of saying something like, I don't know what you're talking about, this isn't my spell, this isn't, I'm not the one whose magic this is, anything, but no, kill him. And Dick makes short work of everybody, including her, which was so much fun to watch. It was so awesome to watch him do his thing. And even when she used her magic, which wasn't really much, it's like, are you phoning it in? You're not. This isn't that impressive here. I mean, the magic itself is impressive, but if you're trying to kill Nightwing, maybe not. So he made quick work of her magic and of her. And he also figured out that Jinx was just using him as a distraction so she could steal something. Now, we never found out what that was. It was in a box, of course. And he said, "You have a death mark on you, don't you?" So I guess after he beat the shit out of everybody, either the dark elf or the bartender told him what's happening with Jinx. Because how else would he have known that? And, so he makes a deal with Jinx. He wires $5 million to an escrow account, which is what she's in the hole for. And that if she helps them with their problem with the magic, that she gets the money. Now, she knows full well who Dick Grayson is. She knows he's loaded. I'm sorry, instead of basically trying to use him as cannon fodder, why not, especially after Corey ended up turning to stone, why not try to make a deal with him? You know, tell him that you're $5 million in the hole, and if he helps her get that money, however, whether he does it from his own account or some other way, she'll release Corey. I mean, granted, it wouldn't be as fun, and that their storyline would end very differently and very quickly, but I mean, come on. And she's going on about how, oh, you don't trust me. Yeah, you don't trust him either, apparently. Because otherwise, why not tell him that? So they go back. She releases Corey, and Corey threatens her because that's Corey. That's peak Corey. So, then, before I get to what happens next, let me go back again. So, Tim goes to Star Labs to learn how to use the bow staff. Now, I was under the impression that A, Dick was going to teach him, or that B, somebody else, somebody who knows how to use a bow staff would teach him. But no, he's being monitored by Bernard. He's shirtless, being monitored by Bernard, and he's catching him staring at Tim. You know, Tim's catching him staring at himself, at Bernard just staring at Tim, and he calls him out on it, and Bernard's like, "No, I'm not." So that's cute. And Connor is trying to figure out, after Bernard tells them about this killing, about this blood killing, and trying to figure out why these guards were killed and how to figure out who's next, because they figured out that Mother Mayhem's behind it, even though they don't know who Mother Mayhem is, and neither does Jinx, apparently. Dick explained to her what Mother Mayhem looks like, what kind of magic she uses, and Jinx is completely clueless. She has no idea. And Dick's like, "You were supposed to know everything about magic." So, so they're figuring out what's going on, while Tim is basically showing off himself to death, because he is really he keeps ending up throwing himself on the floor. He's just really working hard at nothing. I mean, even at the beginning, he had him going up against Connor because obviously he can beat Connor up all he wants. Connor's not going to flinch. He's just standing there, and he just looks at Bernard and it's like, should I be fighting back or something? And he's like, nah, just let him wear himself out. Oh my god, that is so cute. So, yeah, obviously Tim likes Bernard and Bernard likes Tim. So, Connor, Tim, and Bernard figure out that this occult symbol that was found at this murder is the same one that Sebastian Sanger is using on his video game. Now, based on the way Sebastian Sanger is acting, and how whenever he sees blood, like when he saw the blood coming out of the eye of the fox, the taxidermied fox, I'm gonna say he has no clue what's going on. And however he got this symbol was not conscious. Now, so they think that he is next on Mother Mayhem's hit list because he has the same genetic markings as the two dead security guards, which makes you wonder if they share something with Sebastian. Why not try to bring them into the cult? Because it's obvious that's what she wants. And the way she gets Sebastian where she wants him is by pretending to be one of the video game developers that they had a change of heart and they want to talk to him. So Sebastian goes and he's completely clueless as to what's going on because the guy insists that he never called him. Where, as far as Sebastian's concerned, yes, he did. And instead of saying, oh, that's weird, that must mean that somebody was pretending to be you, he's going to show him proof that yes, he indeed called him. He immediately sticks scissors in his eyes, and Sebastian is immediately arrested. So now we go back to Tim and Connor. They're discovering everything they can about Sebastian Sanger, and they're like, yeah, he was just arrested for a murder, but the cops were like on him immediately. You know, that they came even before the murder, while the murder was taking place. So it's obviously a setup. And Dick implores Connor not to go by himself, that they're a team, let's do this together. And Connor is upset because he wants another shot at Mother Mayhem. And he is annoyed that Dick won't let him go off on his own. So then when they show Sebastian in the interrogation room and Mother Mayhem goes to meet with him, he at first thinks that maybe she's his lawyer or, but she said she wants to help him. And she says she knows him. She knew him even before he was born. Okay. Now, I believe they said Sebastian is adopted, so birth mother? But, so she's convincing him to let her help him. And it seems like he goes into a bit of a trance because all of a sudden he is like a different person and he agrees to let her help him and that, yes, this must be done. And so then she wants him to say 3 words. Oh, at least we only got to 3. He said 2. By the 3rd one, you see Connor grab him. And it looked like he was choking him too. Based on Sebastian's reaction. And I honestly thought, okay, Connor went against Dick and is doing this on his own. But no, the car's there, Dick's there, the whole gang is there, minus Gar and Rachel. And they take off, and Mother Mayhem, Dr. Bennett, is just standing there watching them drive away. So, obviously, this isn't the last they're gonna see of her, but it would have been, hopefully Dick has some sort of camera around the car so he could show that picture to Jinx. Maybe then she might have an idea. Or maybe between Sebastian and Connor, they're gonna figure out what this cult is and just how to defend him from it or whatever. So let's see. The next episode is called, let me see here. I don't know why I closed this out. Me no smart. What? Oh, for God's sakes. Where are the list of episodes? Good God. So the next episode is called Super Mart. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. At least Jinx, I thought, had to do with magic, which it does, because I guess you could say Corey was jinxed. But it also referred to a person. Super Mart? Yeah, that sounds like a store for superheroes. So, doesn't tell me anything. So, yeah. Hopefully I'll get that video out sooner rather than later. And I will see you guys next time.